In the shadow of the Colosseum, where the clang of swords once echoed through the streets of Rome, lies a world of intrigue, greed, and betrayal. This is the story of the Roman Empire, not just a civilization, but a drama that played out on the grandest stage imaginable. From the rise of legendary leaders to the fall of a once mighty empire, the Roman Empire was built on blood, ambition, and a relentless pursuit of power. Today, we'll uncover the most dramatic stories from Rome's history, tales that shaped the world we live in today. Let's begin with one of Rome's most infamous emperors, a man whose name has become synonymous with madness and tyranny: Caligula. Born into a life of luxury, Caligula was the nephew of Emperor Tiberius, and his rise to power was swift. But what few people know is that Caligula started his reign as a beloved leader, showering the people with gifts and games. However, power has a way of corrupting even the best intentions. Caligula's descent into madness was as sudden as it was brutal. He began to believe he was a living god, ordering the construction of a bridge across the Bay of Baiae just to prove he could do what even Hercules couldn't. He filled the Senate with his loyalists and even considered appointing his horse as consul. But Caligula's most shocking act was his obsession with his sister, Agrippina. Their twisted relationship became the stuff of legend, a tale of incest and murder that shocked even the morally flexible Romans. His reign of terror ended abruptly when a group of conspirators, including members of his own Praetorian Guard, stabbed him to death in a hidden passage beneath the palace. Caligula's story is just one chapter in Rome's dramatic history. Another tale of ambition and betrayal revolves around Julius Caesar, the man who transformed the Roman Republic into an empire. Caesar's rise was meteoric. He conquered Gaul, expanded Rome's territories, and became the most powerful man in Rome. But power breeds enemies, and Caesar's greatest threat came from those he trusted most. The Senate, fearing his growing influence, conspired against him. The famous phrase, "Et tu, Brute," and "you, Brutus," captures the moment when Caesar saw his closest friend, Brutus, among his assassins. Caesar's death in 44 BCE plunged Rome into chaos, setting the stage for a civil war that would end with the rise of his adopted son, Octavian, who would become Emperor Augustus. Augustus ruled for 41 years, bringing stability to Rome and establishing the Pax Romana, a period of relative peace and prosperity. But even in peace, the seeds of destruction were sown. One of the most infamous emperors after Augustus was Nero, a man who embodies the collision of power and madness. Nero's reign began with promise. He lowered taxes, improved infrastructure, and was a patron of the arts. However, his descent into tyranny was as dramatic as it was tragic. Nero's most infamous act was the Great Fire of Rome in 64 CE, which destroyed much of the city. While legend says Nero fiddled while Rome burned, historians debate his actual role in the disaster. What's undeniable is that Nero used the fire to consolidate his power, blaming Christians for the flames and persecuting them ruthlessly. Nero's paranoia grew unchecked. He ordered the deaths of his half-brother Britannicus, his wife Octavia, and even his mother, Agrippina the Younger. His reign of terror ended when the Senate declared him an enemy of the state, and Nero, realizing his time was up, took his own life. These stories of ambition, betrayal, and power are not just ancient history, they're timeless. The Roman Empire's legacy is a reminder that even the greatest civilizations are built on fragile foundations. Their rise and fall serve as a mirror, reflecting the best and worst of human nature. As we look back at the Roman Empire's dramatic stories, we're reminded that the line between greatness and madness is thin, and the cost of unchecked ambition is always paid in full. Whether it's Caligula's megalomania, Caesar's tragic betrayal, or Nero's descent into tyranny, these tales are not just history, they're warnings. Like, share, subscribe for more stories.